everybody, it is Sweet as Honey, and I have an exciting video for you guys today. I'm so excited to do this video. We are going to learn today about one of our free sites in Japan that I don't think that many of you guys may know about. So let's go over and visit. And we are going to go to site number 1 right here. Ebisu and Daikoku Rock. I'm so excited to tell you all about this location here. I think that many of you may have visited here and briefly fished here, but didn't realize where or what you were doing when you were fishing at this location. So the other day I had two young ladies that wanted me to do some research over here. Bubbies, 64, and Jules, and they were questioning me on what was over at that location over there. They wanted to know what was, that was a lot like a lighthouse or what. But then we were also talking about up here on top of the rock. What was that on top of the rock? I mean, I don't know how many of you actually really pay attention to the surroundings around you, or sometimes we'll see engravings on things, and we'll question what does it mean. So I started doing some deep digging on this particular location that's not too far outside of Aotora, Japan. And wow, what did I find? So these two rocks that you're looking at right here, if you'll look very closely at them, they actually have faces on them. On the far one to the left, if you'll watch, there's steam coming out by his mouth. Okay, this location, again, let me bring it up, is Ebisu and Daikoku. Ebisu and Daikoku are actually gods. They're well-known gods in Japan. There are 7 different forms of gods here that are recognized, and these rocks was named after these gods because of the formations that look like them. So Ebisu to the far left is the god of fishermen, and I'll show you a picture in a minute, usually what he looks like, but he's more of a jollier, heavier set guy that would normally have a fishing rod in his hand and a red sea bass under his other arm. So that would be what he would normally look like in pictures if you would see him through Japan. Then to the far right is Daikoku. History is wow on that one when I dug a little bit further deeper into Daikoku. Now he is the god of, now Ebisu is the god of fish, and then Daikoku is the god of wealth. But that wasn't always that way. Now in the pictures, Daikoku is a jollier, heavier guy with a hammer or a mallet in his hand and a red a red fish, a sea bass under his arm in pictures. And again, I'll show you here in just a second here what that would look like. So that right there is Daikoku. And then these are some other pictures of them. But Daikoku actually began his journey in China. And when he began his journey in China, it was a she. And she was actually named as Ma Katora, and it was a female warrior. And her job was to protect the food in India. It started in India. All right. And then made her way to China, where again, she was a protector of the food there in China. And it was guarding the food supplies at the Buddhism temples, and often they would have pictures up of her, and I do have some symbols of pictures like that right there. But then when she made her way to Japan, there went a change to a male formation of God right there, and that's when the god of Daikoku was actually formed, and that's what they worship. That's why you have on top of the rock the shrine there, the Buddhism shrine. Just such wonderful history, and I love learning about stuff like this. So just remember that when you're out here fishing, these rocks mean so much more to the people here. So let's give tribute to Ebisu and Daikoku, for the god of fishermen and the god of wealth. All right, guys, this is sweet as honey. And always remember, please keep it sweet. And if you want to know more about different locations, just make sure to go ahead and comment. And always share, like, and subscribe.